Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Magha King video. It's not the Leo King video. Oh, no. This ain't no David Palmer show, baby. This is the Magha King show. Shout out to my main man, David Palmer. One of my very, very good friends. As you know him, the Leo King. But if he's a Leo King, I'm the Magha King. So yeah, welcome to our Rahu Ketu axis video. And as you may have noticed, I'm wearing a really bad printout of my t-shirt, of my logo. Yes, I just wanted to wear it because I had planned to wear this. And I told the company, send it to me as soon as possible. And when they sent it and I saw it today, I'm like, either I can wear this and make a disaster out of my logo and t-shirt, or I can just wear something else and forget this ever happened. But I'm like, no, I don't want to take the easy way out. I want to take the embarrassing way out. Having this badly printed t-shirt. Yeah, see this? See this? This is supposed to be all black, not gray. And I don't know if you can see the white. White is literally a gray hair. So yeah, thank you so much, this particular company. I have changed my manufacturing company to print out my t-shirt. I'm waiting for their samples, which are supposed to be far different and better than this one. So when that comes in, I'll wear that. Yes, these are going to be available as well in a few weeks to a month. Let's just see how the actual printout goes. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to be covering Rahu Ketu in the axis of 3 and 9th house, meaning Ketu in the 3rd house, Rahu in the 9th house. And what happens when they're in this house. And as always, if you do not know where your Rahu is, where your Ketu is, what your other planetary placements are, for that, check out the links here. Check out my full astrological report, including my books, Astrology Conjunction Aspects and Mahadashas at the Speed of Light, including all my consultations at this link. And right now I only have relationship, Rahu, Ketu, and Pi map reading available. Rest of them are going to come back by Monday night. I'm so swamped with it, so they're going to come back on Monday. In case you're waiting, and I know like a lot of people are like, where'd you take these consultations off? Well, got way overbooked. So anyway, Rahu in the 9th house, Ketu in the 3rd house. Well, as you know from my previous videos, 3rd house represents siblings, communication, courage, writing, journalism, arts, media, creativity, skills of hands, neighbors, short distance travel. 9th house represents higher type of communication, philosophical communication, spiritual communication. It's teachers, preachers, counselor, advisors, fathers, foreign travels, luck and prosperity. So if 3rd house represents smaller time of communication, 9th house represents the higher kind of communication. And so now you have Ketu in there in the 3rd house. Rahu's in the 9th house. Ketu represents the past. Rahu represents the present and the future that you're trying to make. See, Rahu is not future. It is the future you are trying to make. You're striving for this. But you can't, because you're so immature at it, you can't really strive for it. It is something that you're learning. It is something that is not an expertise of yours. Ketu is your expertise. So what this shows here, first of all, that your entire life goes into dealing with communication. It's about lower form of communication, higher form of communication. It's about how to handle, having the expertise of handling small type of communication, daily gossips, dealing with cousins and friends and siblings, and mastering the ability to communicating with them and making those deals come in your favor. 9th house is far different. 9th house is about communication with your gurus, teachers, counselors, advisors. It's about, going on pilgrimage, going on distant travels to broadening your horizons. Because this is why travel is so important. Travel increases your ability to understand the world. This is why I always say to all the young parents, take your kids in different countries, different states, have them experience the world and make it a yearly thing. It's very important. You will learn, your kids will learn, you will learn more about life than they will learn in a school, I guarantee you. This is why traveling is so important, and this is why me and my wife are like, you know what, every year we're going to travel somewhere new. We'll travel somewhere same if you like it, like we always go to Sedona every year. Every year it's like a pilgrimage for us now. You know, like you guys go to Garud Chatti, Haridwar, you know, Sai Baba temple, Shriddi Sai Baba. For us it's Sedona, but we also go to new places. We want to experience new things. I've also planned to go on Kailash Parvat, Mount Everest. Not climbing the whole Mount Everest, maybe like the second summit. I want to do that. Maybe I'll do that in the next 5 years, 10 years, who knows? That's one of my goals. So traveling is very important. Then Rahu represents foreign things, foreign travel, sitting right there in the 9th house. So what is this dynamic doing here? So much better with the glasses. I can actually see if I'm blurred or if I'm focused. I'm getting old. I need glasses. So Rahu in the 9th house, first of all, shows you're going to have a very eccentric relationship with a father. Either father will be a very unusual personality. Somebody whose personality, whose life, whose career is pretty much against the social norms of society. Like he's doing something like everybody else's father might be doing, engineering, doctor, you know, scientist, scholar, businessman, restaurant owner. Your father could be a strip dancer. Your father could be a Broadway show performer. Your father could be a famous philosophical priest like Deepak Chopra, Wayne Dyer, Bob Proctor, or Mohanji. It shows that the legacy of father is going to be one of the biggest part of your life, because 9th house is the father. 9th house is your past lineage as well. And so Rahu represents the future, shows your future depends upon your father. Your future depends upon following a certain lineage, the certain paternal lineage, because Rahu is also paternal lineage. This also shows that a person will try their best and their hardest to come out as somebody who's a scholarly person. They're going to try their best that, hey, I fit into your philosophical society. I fit into your spiritual society. I fit into your scientific society. And Rahu is specifically represents this 9th house realm. See, Rahu, we think it's somebody who's a drug dealer, somebody who's an alcoholic, somebody who, you know, does all the mischievous things in life. But that's not what Rahu is. Rahu is a entity that wants to attain the highest of knowledge and mantras and highest of Sanjeevani mantras. Rahu does excellent in the 9th house to bring out the great scholars, like people who revolutionize our belief system, people who have revolutionized the meaning of religion, spirituality, you know, from Osho Rajneesh to J. Krishnamurti to, you know, Yogananda. These people are a great example of Rahu in the 9th house. They may or may not have the 9th house Rahu. I think Yogananda does. I could be wrong. Not sure. But I'm simply trying to give you an example of what Rahu in the 9th house produces. A person, on a mundane level, on an everyday life level, will be very much enthusiastic about learning knowledge of technology, software technology, new age technology, DNA research, DNA manipulation, astronomy, and aerospace, being a pilot. These become the more realistic, like the ones that really try to fit in. Like if you told somebody you're an aerospace engineer, it is something very, very prestigious, but it's also something which is very normal. Oh, you must be a genius, smart, academic 4.0 GPA type person. But also Rahu in the 9th house can produce a person who has never gotten any kind of a degree, never even made it to like a 2.0 GPA, yet they understood philosophy, religion, God at the highest level. And on the contrary to that, you have Ketu in the 3rd house, which represents what? The past, the experience that you bring. And this is why this is a very, very beautiful placement of somebody who becomes a mentor, a teacher, an excellent communicator. This person, when they speak, they're like scissor. They will speak in such a way they can cut any, ideal and any kind of a belief. If you challenge them to a conversation, they will tell you things, they will say things that will pierce through your belief system. Because remember, Ketu represents sharp objects, just like Mars. This is why Ketu is also a reflection of Mars. And Ketu in the 3rd house most definitely can show one will have 2 or more younger siblings. Yet relationship with them will be extremely weird, eccentric, and it will be on a basis where as much as you want to connect with them, somehow the communication becomes that one problem which is supposed to be the solution to getting to know your siblings. Now, especially if, Ketu is in normal signs of communication like Gemini, Virgo, Ketu's in Pisces, like pretty much all the dual signs, Ketu will actually give good results. Ketu will give results where you will be able to have some sort of a conversation and communication with them. But if you're looking at Ketu in some other signs, it can bring out really harshness in dealing with the younger siblings. Perhaps you may not have younger siblings, or if you do, the relationship with them, it's just that it's eccentric. You're trying to figure out, how do I deal with this person? How do I deal with my sibling? How do I communicate with them one-on-one? Mano a mano. Wamano. I think I just created a new word. Wamano. Mano a mano. Wamano a mano. These people don't really like to communicate much. They don't really talk much. But when they do, they really have a way to pierce through your consciousness. They won't communicate much on the phone. But when you get to know them intimately, they will tell you things that you'll be like, wow, you are somebody special. You are somebody that I want to get to know. And most definitely they will have an early childhood where they will have to deal with a lot of transformative, dramatic instances that is going to shape their identity, that's going to shape their ego. But for them throughout life, it's all about teaching, counseling, gaining knowledge, and trying to prove themselves that, hey, I am a scholar. I am intelligent. I am somebody who can stand amongst people. See, that's what they're always trying to prove. that I am somebody who can stand amongst normal people and I can be an intelligent person. Please respect me, know me. Here, I'll prove it to you. I'll write the most greatest philosophical, theory on religion. Something that you have never thought of. So Rahu is an excellent planet when you're trying to understand and diversify the meaning of universe and cosmos and God and beliefs and religion. Let me tell you, without Rahu, we would still be in Stone Age. As much as people think that Rahu is not a planet that we ever needed. Oh, Jupiter and Saturn and Sun. Without Rahu, you would still won't have a wheel. Without Rahu, you won't have a car, a plane, buildings, high-risers, technology, cell phones, social media. And most of the people out there, even porn. You would go crazy if you didn't have Rahu. So give respect to this planet that helps you enjoy this era. Whether you call it Kali Yuga, oh my God, it's Kali Yuga, it's so bad. Well, you know what? Throw away your cell phone. Don't log onto your internet. Stop going to your IT job. Stop watching porn. And then try to live your life. Because I see so many comments all over the place. Well, it's Kali Yuga. People are going to do this. Well, it's Kali Yuga. That's why you're doing this. Well, it's Kali Yuga. That's why you drink. Well, if it's Kali Yuga, then don't follow Rahu. Give up everything that Rahu represents. Give it up. Even for 1 week, give up everything that Rahu represents. Because you're talking about IT, information technology, it is Rahu. So people who are in IT and technology, yet you think that, oh my God, we're so bad at some of these people in Kali Yuga. Oh, you drink and you do astrology in Kali Yuga. Well, yes, we're bad. Yes, please do not follow Rahu. So there's a lot of misconstrued information about Rahu. Rahu is so important, you have no idea. And because 9th house represents distant lands, because 9th house represents foreign places, foreign religion, first of all, this person is very good at adapting foreign religion, foreign places. And yet Rahu also in the 9th house makes a person famous in foreign lands. You can become a famous guru in foreign lands. And especially, because the 3rd house represents writing, 9th house represents publishing, these guys can make some of the most excellent writers. I mean, they can bring out such unusual emotions within you. They can strike you so deeply that you will pretty much, will never look at writing again. You will never look at communication again. They are highly, highly intelligent, but in a very unusual way. They go against the social norms of society to make you understand dharma, because 9th house is dharma, to make you understand religion, spirituality. And usually Rahu represents a type of religion where there is more of philosophical nature than actual religious rituals. So whichever religion that represents less rituals, more philosophy, more just following a certain type of idea, that's what Rahu excels in. So regardless of what religion you are, Rahu will always try to just portray this type of religion. But it's like you're just stuck into this 3rd and 9th house realm. You're always dealing with your communication. And especially in the 3rd house with Ketu, one can have very harsh communication. They don't even realize that they are communicating with people in such a harsh manner that the other person can really be hurt, yet they don't see it. Why? Because Ketu is a headless planet. In the 3rd house of communication, it'll say what it wants, when it wants, how it wants, without caring what your emotions are doing. So there's these extremes. There's always these extremes with Rahu and Ketu, but especially the 3rd house, which represents a trick house, Upacha house that grows better with time. This is where malefic Ketu does very well after the age of 36. Before 36, you most definitely will have issues with the third house. After 36, it'll calm down. After 42, it'll calm down even more. And after 48, you will completely understand what the third house is. Okay? So guys, this was my analysis of Ketu, Rahu in the 3rd and 9th axis. If you're new in my channel, subscribe below. Again, if you want to know where your Ketu is, where your Rahu is, all your other astrological details, my books, reports, consultations, for that, click here. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.